The best way to invest is to buy a great business that's going to grow for a long time. Hopefully, you can get it at a cheap price. If you can get it at a cheap price and you can hold for a long time, that's the best way to go. I have, in the last 25 years as an investor, not paid as much attention to great businesses as I should. The best way to invest is to buy a great business that's going to grow for a long time. Hopefully, you can get it at a cheap price. If you can get it at a cheap price and you can hold for a long time, that's the best way to go. My initial framework was buy a business at 50, 60% discount. It may not be that good, but in 3 years, that discount is gone. It may be grown a little bit, so you can maybe double or triple your money, and you can sell it and move on. The problem with that approach is that you have to keep finding new ones. Sometimes you make a mistake, and a lot of tax gets paid. Okay, and so obviously, if you can find long runways of great businesses, but so the way I am wired is, I tell my friend Guy Spear that to me it appears that you have hung up your boots, like you're retired. You just want to own MasterCard and American Express and Berkshire Hathaway and not do anything. It's fine. You do pretty well. I think my take is I can do better than those. So I don't think I have the type of psychological makeup which will allow me to say, oh, it's enough money now. We go into preservation mode. Mohnish will probably never go into preservation mode. Mohnish wants to pound and hit it out of the park. That's what we want to try and do. But one of the things I'm trying to learn is I said, can I find, I don't want to invest in MasterCard or Motherson Sumi. There are 30 analysts following it. What am I going to know that they don't? Okay, all the story I told you about MasterCard and Motherson Sumi, everybody knows it. Mautai, everybody knows it. Now I own Mautai. Such a good stock. So awesome. But the thing is that these are fully priced, maybe overpriced. And so for me, the key is, can I find the hidden moat? And I think Rain Industries is an example of a company that 10 years from now, people will think of differently. Now, let's say in the next 10 years, something happens to the guy, Jagan, the guy running it. That will be a serious problem. That'll be a problem. That is, for MasterCard, that's not a problem. It doesn't matter what happens to the guy running MasterCard. MasterCard will keep doing well. But for Suntech and Rain, the person running it is quite critical today. So I have more risk in terms of what happens if something happens to the person. So I have to watch that. So if something happens to either of those two people, I have to get out, because then I don't know what's going on. All bets are off, because the bet is that this guy is a phenomenal operator. Even Motherson Sumi, if something happened to that guy 10 years ago, it wouldn't get where it is, because he's got all the clarity. And now, today, it probably doesn't matter because it is embedded in the company that this is how we operate and such. So I think that's as I'm learning more about investing, because this is a lifelong journey, you definitely want to try to own good businesses, great businesses, but you want to do the work to invest in them when no one understands it. That's really the key.
There are two types of investing styles. One is buy and hold. Other one is buy, take gains and move on. But for some investors, this isn't about strategy. It's about their passion for investing. Let's take an example of Warren Buffett and Mohnish Pabrai, two of the most well-known investors around the world. Especially in his initial days, Buffett wasn't a forever investor that we know today. He actively looked for hidden opportunities and the companies which were mispriced and could deliver 2x to 3x returns over a short period of time. Some classic examples being Dempster Mill and Sanborn Map. where he made quick gains and exited. But as Buffett's capital grew, his strategy evolved. By the 1980s, he started buying great businesses and trying to hold them for a longer period of time. Interestingly, today, Mohnish Pabrai tries to follow the style of Buffett's early days, looking for unknown, high uncertainty, but high upside bets that can re-rate quickly. As for me, I try to find stocks that can I hold for longer duration. But now I'm very curious to know what kind of strategy do you use? Do you try to hold it for longer time or try to make a quick gain or move on? Do let me know in the comment section.